Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive right into something that is incredibly complex, really painful, but absolutely crucial. Rebuilding trust after lying or cheating has completely shattered a relationship. It kind of feels like trying to navigate a minefield in the pitch dark, doesn't it? But today, we're unpacking a fascinating strategy from our source material that flips the traditional script entirely on its head. We are going to explore why genuine emotional discovery matters infinitely more than making logical promises.
We've all seen this play out, right? When we mess up, we naturally react to breaking someone's trust by making these desperate, highly logical promises that it will literally never happen again. We offer up excuses, we justify our actions, we try to explain the pure logic behind our mistakes. But what's really interesting here is that relying on these logical appeals is the absolute biggest mistake you can make. It's basically treating a deeply emotional wound like it's just a simple math problem.
Okay, just picture a really sleazy car salesman coming up to you. When they say, "Trust me, this car is going to be awesome, you absolutely must buy it," how does that actually make you feel? Demanding trust without first asking any questions or actually trying to understand the customer makes them trust you significantly less. Well, when you just hurl empty promises at your partner without taking the time to understand exactly why they are hurting, you sound exactly like that car salesman.
So the whole game changer here is making a massive paradigm shift. You have to stop treating trust like a logical high school debate and start understanding that it's a deeply emotional game where discovery means everything. We've got to totally ditch the excuses and the empty promises. Instead, we have to pivot hard into emotional discovery. Because telling someone to just logically trust you is going to backfire almost every single time. You literally have to create an emotional environment where they decide, entirely on their own, that they want to trust you again.
Which brings us to Section 1, the dimensions of trust. Because look, rebuilding trust is absolutely not a one-way street. Both people here are facing massive emotional mountains to climb. For the victim, they have to see the root cause isolated. They need to truly believe that if that specific root is destroyed, the toxic action stops for good. And on the flip side, the instigator has to become almost like a scientist about their own flaws, completely stripping away the excuses. They have to discover the core reason behind their choices, so that they themselves can genuinely believe they won't repeat the action in the future.
0. Yep, a big fat 0. That is exactly how many days relying on pure willpower or a fake-it-till-you-make-it approach will actually sustain real change in your relationship. If you are just white-knuckling it, trying to be a better partner through sheer force of will, well, it's inevitably going to crumble. Willpower alone simply cannot rebuild trust. You need actual, repeatable skills to make it stick.
So let's get into those skills, starting with skill 1, finding the root cause.
To actually avoid that trap of willpower we just talked about, you need to master the art of unearthing the true root cause of the toxic behavior. Picture this process like digging a tunnel deep underground. You literally cannot reach the depth you need without meticulously following these 4 very specific conversational steps. So let's walk through how you actually execute this when you're in the middle of a highly emotional moment with your partner.
Step 1 is cracking the surface. Let's say your partner tells you they feel completely hopeless, or they just don't trust you anymore. You must simply acknowledge and respect that pain, because without creating this initial crack, no further digging can happen at all. You don't jump in with a bunch of solutions, you don't try to correct them, you just say something like, "I hear that you feel hopeless, and I completely understand." Validating their reality is the non-negotiable first step.
All right, so once the surface is cracked, you move right into step 2. To dig deeper, you utilize this really powerful technique to prove your good intentions and gently draw out the underlying emotions, all without making your partner feel like they're being interrogated. You might gently say, "It seems like you're struggling to have hope for us. Can you say a little more about that?" The tone of your voice, and especially the deliberate silence between your words, is everything here. It shows pure curiosity, not combativeness.
Now, a quick reality check. As you dig, you are absolutely going to hit resistance. It's inevitable. And whether it's explosive anger or just cold, silent stonewalling, you must push past it by calmly acknowledging their reaction and gently asking them to clarify why they feel that way. If they start yelling, you just say, "It seems like this is making you really angry. Can you tell me a bit more about why?" Or if they completely shut down, you invite them to explain what's making them retreat.
And finally, step 4, you must recap the discovery. If you lay it all out and your partner says no, well, you haven't found the root yet, and you've got to keep digging until they confirm you actually understand. But when they finally say yes, when they confirm you truly grasp their pain, wow, that moment of mutual understanding is the exact moment real trust actually begins to form.
Okay, moving right along to skill 2, crafting win-win solutions.
So you've mutually identified the root cause, right? Amazing. The next vital step is translating that discovery into real, actionable agreements. Creating a win-win solution means you have to completely let go of making demands. Instead, express your ideas as questions, never statements. Discuss what actions both of you need to take. The end goal here isn't drawing up some cold, logical contract. It's landing on a voluntary, emotional agreement where your partner genuinely feels comfortable buying in.
The whole vibe here basically boils down to one phrase: my win is your win. This brilliantly illustrates how the instigator can ask their partner for specific help to avoid triggering those toxic behaviors, while simultaneously outlining the heavy lifting they themselves are going to do. You might say, it really helps me stay on track if you can help with X while I commit to working on Y. What do you think about that? It takes a standoff and turns it into a genuine partnership.
Which naturally brings us to our final major concept, skill 3, farming, not hunting.
Look, even if you nail those communication skills perfectly, if you're the one who broke the trust, you've got to completely rewire your internal timeline for how fast this is going to get rebuilt. You are not hunting for some quick fix to resolve everything in a single day. You are farming. And farming requires immense patience, having the same conversations repeatedly, and giving the trust time to slowly grow. You're not fixing a massive betrayal in one afternoon. Sometimes you literally just need to plant a good seed, handle a tough conversation with grace, and politely back off to let it take root.
Because here's the harsh reality. Your partner's current working hypothesis is that they are going to get burned again. That's why internalizing this forming mindset is the only way you're going to survive their intense scrutiny without completely collapsing. They are watching you like a hawk, subconsciously looking for any evidence that you haven't actually changed. Embracing the patience of a farmer ensures you don't get super defensive when they doubt you, and it completely frees you from relying on that fleeting willpower we talked about earlier.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I've got a final question for you to really chew on. Are you truly prepared to abandon those easy, logical excuses and fully embrace the grueling yet incredibly rewarding path of emotional discovery? Are you actually willing to put away the quick apologies, get down in the trenches, and dig for the root cause? Because rebuilding lasting trust demands absolutely nothing less. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and remember to keep asking the right questions.